He still remembers the day she walked into his field, wearing heels that didn't belong to the dirt roads of his world. The sun had just started to dip behind the golden hills of Willow Creek, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and amber. The scent of fresh hay mixed with the evening wind, and there she was, walking carefully through the field, each step sinking into the soil as if the land itself was reluctant to let her go. Her name was Elena Crawford, the daughter of a real estate mogul from the city, the kind of girl who'd grown up around glass towers, luxury cars, and polished marble floors. And he, Liam Hayes, was the boy who had dirt beneath his nails, sweat on his brow, and dreams too small to fit her world. That first moment changed everything. Elena had come to Willow Creek for the summer, escaping the noise of city life, the constant pressure of appearances, the endless expectations of her father. Her family owned the land next to Liam's farm, land that had once been a part of his grandfather's property before it was sold off during hard times. The first time they spoke, she had wandered too far from the dirt road, lost among the rows of corn. Liam found her standing near the old fence, frowning at a broken heel. "City shoes don't do well here," he'd said, trying not to smile. She looked up, brushing her hair back. "And yet, I thought they could handle anything." "Not the mud of Willow Creek," he replied. That was how it began. Just a conversation, simple and ordinary. But sometimes love starts in the smallest moments, between laughter and the scent of rain on the fields. Days passed, and she kept coming back, sometimes with excuses, bringing lemonade, asking about the crops, pretending to be curious about farming. But Liam could see through it. She wasn't there for the crops. She was there for the quiet, for the honesty, for him. He showed her how to plant seeds, how to tell when the sky meant rain. She taught him words like aesthetic and vintage, and how to see beauty in small imperfections. They laughed under the open sky, her laughter like sunlight, his presence like steady earth. But behind every perfect summer, there's a shadow waiting. One evening, as the sun burned red on the horizon, a black car pulled up near the field. Her father had come. "Get in the car, Elena," Mr. Crawford said sharply, stepping out in his expensive suit. His voice was the kind that could silence entire rooms. "You don't belong here." Liam wiped his hands on his jeans, standing quietly by the tractor. He wanted to say something, but what could a farmer boy possibly say to a man who owned half the town? Elena's eyes filled with tears. "Dad, Don't embarrass yourself," her father interrupted. "You think you're in love with this?" He gestured toward Liam. "He's a farmer, Elena. A nice story for the summer. But this isn't your world." The words cut deep, not just for her, but for Liam too. Elena left that night. The car drove off, leaving behind only the dust of the dirt road and the echo of everything unspoken. Summer turned to autumn. Liam threw himself into work. The days got shorter, colder. The corn was harvested, the fields went quiet, but every time he passed the fence where she'd first stood, he saw her, hair blowing in the wind, smiling like she still belonged there. And then, one day in early spring, he found a letter in his mailbox. It was from her. "I'm sorry for leaving. I wanted to fight, but I wasn't strong enough. I think of you every time it rains. I don't know if I'll ever be brave enough to come back, but part of me never left Willow Creek." He folded the letter and tucked it into his pocket, carrying it with him every day. Months passed. Life went on. But fate, it seems, doesn't care about social boundaries. It listens to hearts. That summer, a storm hit the county, flooding roads, damaging fields, leaving farms struggling. Liam worked day and night, refusing to give up. He borrowed equipment, helped neighbors, rebuilt fences. And when the local paper published a story about the young farmer who saved half the valley, his name started to spread. One morning, while repairing the barn roof, he heard the familiar sound of tires crunching on gravel. He turned, and there she was. Elena, not in heels this time, in boots, jeans, hair tied back. "I heard Willow Creek needed help," she said softly.
So I came back. For a moment he couldn't speak. The rain from the roof dripped onto his shoulders, mixing with tears he didn't even realize were there. You shouldn't be here, he finally said. Your father. I'm not here for him, she interrupted. I'm here for you. She walked closer. You taught me what real means, Liam. You taught me that love isn't about things, it's about feeling at home. And I've never felt more at home than I did in your arms under this sky. That summer they worked side by side, fixing fences, feeding animals, building something real.
People talked, of course. Small towns always do. Some said she'd never last. Others said she'd go back to the city when the first frost came. But Elena stayed. She sold her designer bags to help fund irrigation for the farm. She started an online blog about farm life through a city girl's eyes, which surprisingly became popular. Brands reached out. They offered sponsorships. She turned that into funding for a local farmers market, one that brought tourists from the city. The farm began to thrive again. Together they made Willow Creek come alive. One evening, as the fireflies danced over the field, Liam and Elena stood by the old fence, the same spot where it had all begun. He looked at her and said, You know, you never did fix that broken heel. She laughed. Maybe I never needed to. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky gold and crimson, he pulled her close. I used to think you belonged to another world, he whispered. But maybe our worlds were just waiting to meet. She smiled, eyes glistening. I didn't fall in love with a farmer boy. I fell in love with the man who made me believe that love doesn't need matching shoes. It just needs two hearts walking the same road. Years later, the story of Liam and Elena became one of those tales people whispered about in Willow Creek, the one where love broke through walls of money and pride, where a girl in heels found home in a boy's muddy boots. They married under the same oak tree where she once got her dress dirty. Her father didn't attend the wedding, but months later, he came quietly to visit the farm. Seeing his daughter happy, he finally understood. Some things are worth more than pride. In the end, love didn't just overcome status, it grew from the soil, watered by faith, sunlight, and the courage to stay when the world said go. And whenever someone new passes by the old Hayes farm and asks about the couple who run it, locals smile and say, That's Liam and Elena, the farmer boy and the expensive girl who proved that the heart doesn't care how much your shoes cost, only that you're willing to walk barefoot for love.